передача GrassRoots телевизия, канал 12.
Вы смотрите телевидение GrassRoots, kanał 12.
Cześć, oglądacie GrassRoots Television, kanał 12, Aspen.
Вы смотрите телевидение GrassRoots, канал 12.
You're watching GrassRoots Television, channel 12.
Hello! Welcome everybody to the second season of Food, Music, and Friends. The show where we feature food, some music, and some friends. And there's really nothing really wrong with my life. Cannot complain about being in Aspen, Colorado, being with Brad, being with Frank, being involved in GrassRoots Television. Today, we're going to do a little pork and Prince. So, no curl. Let's get going with the pork. This is pork tenderloin. The other white meat. And he's the other artist. So we're gonna start with this. My friends are just back from a little off-season vacation. What I like to do is do a little pork tenderloin rubbed with, we brought back some, Brad brought back for some pure macadamia nut Hawaiian honey. We're gonna rub our pork with this, a little bit of herbs. We're gonna make a little pasta from a pasta company here in Colorado. And have a nice little dish, listen to some music, and hang out in this beautiful house. This is up in Starwood. It's currently on the market with Mr. Craig Morris. How are you guys? All right, how's it going?
Good, how you doing, Randy?
Doing all right.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Looks
welcome
great.
back. Welcome,
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to the show.
Of course, thanks for having us.
I just grabbed these guys right off my block. Said, would you like to have some lunch on me and come up and hang out? And they were nice enough to come on down.
Didn't have to twist our arm too hard.
Not at all.
Yeah. So Brad actually was just in Maui.
Mm-hmm. It's a great time.
I'll let you talk about that while I get this pork going over here.
Lived here for a little while and got tired of winter and decided to go to Maui for a little while. And I mean, it's great to be back. Summer's in Aspen. It's a hard place to be. So I'm glad I'm here. Definitely.
I'm glad to have you. This tenderloin, we've already cleaned this one, but as you know, pork is very inexpensive. It's very lean. Has very little fat when you actually purchase it in the grocery stores. So, you know, we try to take off most of this. We like to say fat is flavor in the culinary world, which is true, but a lot of the silver skin is not palatable. It is not, it's not something we like to ingest.
Makes it a little rough.
It makes it a little rough. So this is what we're removing. We try to actually keep very little meat off of cleaning this product. And to demonstrate that, what we could do is rub off. And what you like to do is pierce underneath the silver skin. Can you guys see that over there?
Sure can.
Pull apart, grab the part that you pierced, pull back your knife, keeping this edge on your product. You can do this with fish. You can do this also with beef and other natural products that we get from the earth and the sea and all that good stuff.
Need a sharp knife though, huh?
Yeah. You need a sharp knife. This is pretty sharp. So, and you could just discard this. I mean, usually when you make a stock or a sauce, we like to use bones, not much fat. This is some funky stuff.
Who are we listening to here? Prince?
This
Which
is an
album?
artist,
Which album? is this?
formerly known, but now again known as Prince. I think this is one of his greatest hits albums.
He has many, I think.
He's been all over the place.
Definitely. It's good, though.
He is one of the all-time influential artists of the decade, I would say, or at least my lifetime, and yours.
Miles Davis called him a genius.
Did he?
Musical genius, yeah.
He did. And Miles
have to
Davis,
agree.
as we all know, is a genius
I'd have
himself.
to agree.
Okay, what are you gonna put on there, Randy?
So I
Besides
just
the
put a
honey.
little bit of salt on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wash this knife here. You don't want
Why
any
do
cross.
chefs use so much salt before they go in?
Why do we use a lot of salt? Well, salt actually, as we all know, opens up your palate. Your taste buds get opened up by the salt, and then you're allowed to taste the rest of the flavors, like our pure macadamia nut.
It's good
You want to
stuff.
open this for me? Thanks for bringing that back. How was?
No worries.
What'd you do out in Maui? Did you get wet in the ocean?
I did.
You did.
Got under the water a lot. I learned how to surf.
You did.
It was fun, yeah.
Frank, you do some time in Hawaii as well, huh?
Yeah, I used to live there a couple years back in the
See,
Early
got a little-
90s.
The Hawaiian episode. Here we go.
That's right. And as everybody knows, I've lived there for 8 years. Met my beautiful wife out there. My daughter's name's Mehana, so I have a very close relationship to the islands. My business, we just actually launched Honolulu Culinary Solutions
right.
back in May. So we're doing parties and events out there with some great people, and it's just a beautiful place to go back and forth. Living the dream. That's the slogan we have.
A lot of people do that here in Aspen.
That's right.
I
So
have to
what
say
I'm going
it's
to
the way
do
to
is
go.
just, I like to have a little sweetness in a lot of my meat products. One of my chefs gives me a hard time. He's like, if you need your sweet fix, you could put this in there. He's right. Because I like to have that contrast of sweet flavor. Okay, I'm going to actually turn this beautiful stove on. It's a Viking Professional. We have our oven preheated at 400 degrees. What we like to try to do is finish our recipes within a half an hour. There's some mise en place or prep work that JD and myself have prepared to make your life a little bit easier. You could do this the day before. You could do it, 10 minutes before. We'll go through the ingredients in a minute. So we need a hot pan. We're always cooking with hot pans here. So once this is going, we have our pasta water going. We're actually going to be using this pasta, which you could actually purchase here in town. Val's Gourmet has this, also Clark's Market. It's the Via Pasta Company, a Colorado tradition. This is actually a
Where in Colorado is it
spinach.
made?
I'm not quite sure.
Where's Val's Gourmet?
Val's Gourmet is down in Basalt. She's got a great little business down there with exotic products, different products, fresh fish, aged meats.
Delicatessen.
In the Pikes Peak region.
The
which I guess
highest
is-
peak region?
The Pikes Peak region, which I guess is another way of
Pikes-
saying Colorado Springs.
Beautiful. So usually we kind of come prepared with what to make. We got our honey on there. There's this chestnut chocolate. I actually put pepper on there as well. But what I'm gonna do is actually just rub a little on here as well.
Chestnut
And you're gonna
chocolate.
think chestnut chocolate, and we have our macadamia nut. And pork is very, very, how would I say?
Low fat.
What is the
content?
word? Not fat, but it's very neutral. It's a neutral.
Very open to a lot of flavor.
Very open to a lot of flavor, exactly. So it lends itself well to heat. It lends itself well to saltiness. It lends itself well to chocolate, I think. It'll be
Sweetness.
okay.
It's a magical animal, as Homer Simpson would say.
Yes.
I've never heard anyone quote him on a cooking show before.
Yeah, it's, you know.
I feel for you.
He should be quoted on all cooking shows.
So here we go. A little bit of olive oil. Is that olive oil? What's going on here? You know, that's not olive oil. This is the first time I'm in this house. Folks, that was soap, okay? Smells wonderful.
You might want to not put your soap in a wine.
You don't put your soap in the water.
Move
But
that
if
out
you
of the
do,
way.
That's weird. That's kind of funny.
at least we know we're gonna have a clean pan, boys.
Yeah, we're going to be clean after this.
Nice.
Clean innards.
Although pork is very neutral, soap does not go well with it, okay? So, I know I have some oil over there. Yes. So we have a nice, clean.
So what
hot
kind of
pan.
oil do you use for this? You using olive oil?
I'm just gonna use an olive oil. Grapeseed oil would be nice. This is the extra virgin.
What's the difference between extra virgin and all the others? Why would
Is that a funny joke? No. Well,
no?
no. Extra virgin has not been around the block.
I don't hear the
The
sizzle,
first.
Randy.
Where did my sizzle go? Here it comes.
It's soaped out.
No cold pan in here.
Okay. This is sizzling. Grapeseed oil is obviously pressed from grapes. Olive oil is obviously pressed from olives. Macadamia nut oil they have. What else?
Sesame
Canola
oil.
oil.
Sesame oil.
Peanut oil.
How much sesame?
Hazelnut
Palm oil.
Hazelnut.
You don't need much sesame oil. It goes a long way.
No.
Sesame oil goes along. We love to use. Actually, sesame and pork is just lovely,
Especially
lovely.
roasted sesame oil.
Yeah.
So on this one, I'm actually gonna rub a little garlic. We have our garlic. I didn't really put any on this one. Put some shallots on there. See if we get a sizzle there.
Why
All
not?
right.
Why not onions instead of shallots?
Good question. There's many different types of onions. Maui onion, shallots. Shallots have a little more delicate, lighter flavor. They're less abrasive. You can actually, when you saute them, they have a nice, lovely note to them. It's just a little easier on the palate. It's just less harsh. I mean, for this particular dish, I think it would work well. And obviously, red onions have their place in food,
Yeah, hot.
especially Mexican cuisine and Spanish food. So what I'm gonna do now, I think we're about 15 minutes out. We'll let this get a little brown color. We're gonna throw our pasta in our boiling water. We can put a little salt in there. A lot of chefs like to have it salty like the sea. I know a lot. I worked for a chef in Milan. He said you have to have salty, salty water. A little bit of olive oil to keep it from sticking.
Nice.
Has anybody seen Prince?
Nope.
Me neither.
I haven't.
Maybe we'll play at the Double Diamond. Oh, that's not the Double Diamond.
No.
What's it called
The
now?
belly up.
The Belly.
Belly up.
Michael, I'm just
I
kidding.
haven't been there yet. I've heard it's nice though.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice.
I saw the Roots there. We did actually the Roots and Ribs during the X Games. It was
Nice.
a fun show that we did.
I'm psyched to be back when there's going to be live music again.
Yes. I mean, that was a great thing that he did. We always talk about it because we're always talking about music.
We need a venue here. Town's not the same without it.
It is not. So I think we got a nice color here. There we go. So we have that chocolate. We have our macadamia nut. We have our salt. We have our pepper. We have our shallots. We have our cracked pepper and our garlic. So this head system is on. Feels good. We're gonna go straight into the oven. This should be pretty close to being ready as soon as we start plating and finishing up our pasta.
So how long would you say you want to keep that in there normally?
I'm thinking we're gonna be probably around the 12 to 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes.
Doesn't
Better
take
be
long.
because that's all the time we got left.
And that's going to be, I mean, you can, like, a lot of people cook pork well done, but you can have pork medium rare and medium these days, can't you? For the
Yeah, I
most
like
part.
to have pork medium, more medium to medium.
That's how I like it, too.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll actually turn our cutting board over so we don't have any cross-contamination. We'll start our pastas going. This will probably take maybe 5 to 6 minutes. We're gonna start off with a little garlic, shallots. We're gonna reconstitute sun-dried tomatoes. I have also some golden oven-dried tomatoes, portobello, corn, and a little bit of artichoke. So we're just making it, and then we'll end up tossing it lightly with watercress and maybe finishing it with daikon sprouts and fresh parsley. Sound all right?
Yep.
Sounds
How do you
good.
like to reconstitute your sun-dried tomatoes?
Either you could do it with white wine or just some water. We could use the pasta water right here.
Okay.
So let's do that. See if I have a ladle here.
Otherwise, they're a bit chewy, right?
Otherwise, they're a bit chewy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're dried out. Thanks, JD. So what you do is just boil your hot water. And since we got a little container here, we'll go right on top. And you let those steep for about, I don't know, 4 minutes or so. And that actually just reintroduce the liquid and make them less chewy. This pasta's not gonna take long at all. You can feel that. And fresh pasta actually takes, obviously a little bit less time. So if you could look at here, you can see how the pasta is still a little white in there. And in the restaurant business, we'll pull it out, shock it, and then throw some olive oil, and it'll continue to cook. And we'll finish it with some hot liquid.
How are you going
or
to shock it?
water.
You're going to expose it to something, or what do you
shock.
mean?
You shock with the cold ice water, or
Okay.
just cold water. So we'll go with shallots. Throw our portobellos in. That hood's great, huh? Can you get a shot of that? All the way, it goes all the way up to the top.
It is a nice hood.
It is beautiful.
Kitchen's beautiful in general.
We need a little bit of maybe white wine or red wine or
Some right
Hansa.
behind you over there.
Hansa. It's in the box.
oh, that's
JD.
a cracked peppermint. This house is
JD, it's in the
wonderful.
wine box on top of it. It's boxed.
Boxed.
It's
So at this
boxed
point, I'm
in
gonna throw a
wine.
little corn into our shallots, garlic.
Nice.
Corn
Now,
is
your
coming back
artichoke,
in.
you're not just pulling that right off the rack there. I mean, what are you doing with the artichoke before you put it in there?
Artichokes are actually marinated. They've been cooked down and marinated. You could buy this product already ready to go, or you can actually steep your artichokes in water or olive oil. People roast them in the oven.
They're fun to cook. They're really tasty.
They're wonderful. Peeling off and just chewing.
Just drown them in butter.
Yeah. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is good. There's your wine over there, Randy.
Oh, great. We have a little bit of white wine.
Yeah.
Do a little deglazing here in a minute.
Dry wine,
So-
sweet wine. What do you like?
Just a little white, dry Chablis would be fine. I mean, red wine or Merlot would go nice. Merlot's great too. What do you guys? You're a big wine. Both of you guys love wine. Port,
I have to say,
what do you
working in
think?
Mogador, I've gotten into a lot of Spanish wines, but they've got a little more teeth than most other wines. So I don't know. If you're a Merlot drinker, you probably won't like a lot of Spanish wine. But I mean, I think Pinot Noir might be the new wine just because of the movie Sideways. Seems to have brought everybody around to Pinot Noir and against Merlot. So
I like Merlot though. I can't. I love Merlot wine.
I love both those wines for sure. Those grapes.
There's not very many wines I don't like. I have to admit, to tell you the truth. So.
Are you gonna be back at Mogador this?
I am.
You are?
We bark behind the bar one night a week and expedite in the kitchen a few nights a week. So.
Chef Barkley.
Yes, definitely. Doing a good job over there.
Love that
Come in and
man.
Check out the menu. Looks
Big
very
yoga
tasty.
guy. I just saw him at a wedding at old Heather and Gib. Gib from the cooking school just got married.
School of Aspen, yeah.
I saw them out the other night all dressed up, actually.
That would be their wedding day, I would probably imagine.
They
Saturday
took
night.
over my apartment when I left.
Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna pull this pasta water over, let it drain out. Let this go. We added our sun-dried tomatoes.
Almost everything's in there, right?
Be careful with your steam. Let that go. What I'll do is throw a little bit more olive oil inside. Prevent that from sticking.
So it's Food and Wine Week.
Yes. Everybody's gonna be in town.
You're gonna be busy catering and
Yeah, I can't believe we're shooting the show. I have 5 guys at my kitchen right now, cleaning pork and chicken and lobsters, and I got Moet Hennessy, Couples Resorts. We're doing jerk chicken, McCormick Spices. We're actually backing up chef from Equinox Restaurant, and doing luxury brunch on Sunday, cocktail parties for Grey Goose. We're actually DJing and doing the food, so living the dream. Doing it.
it's gonna be a whirlwind week.
It's going to be a whirlwind weekend, and thank God for the beautiful community of Aspen, where you can find talented gentlemen and ladies to assist you and giving our community what it is, basically a refound, fun-loving, outdoorsy, gourmet, crazy party, silly place.
Exactly.
Where else can you do Prince and pork?
Not very many places.
Uptown. All right, so I'm gonna go dump the pasta in here. Just give it to him, baby.
You put it all in or no?
We'll see. I think that's. I want to have more goodies than pasta, even though I am a carb eater. Actually,
Yeah, I agree
Let's
with
go
you.
here.
you guys are all hungry?
Yes.
Dearly beloved,
When I was on my way
we are
to
all
work,
hungry today. So, a little bit of Dijon. Alright. A little bit of demi-glace. Well, you can keep it vegetarian at that point, but it is no longer vegetarian when you add the veal stock. That'll give it a little more body. You can always see the sun-drieds.
Where do you pick up your veal stock, or do you?
We make our own, or you could actually purchase it at Miss Val's down in Basalt.
Some there once. It's really good. Concentrated.
Pre-made stuff's not tasty. I mean, especially when a lot of people don't have veal bones lying around to make their own stock. these days.
They don't know how to do it.
Actually, Chef Charles Dale, I ran into him at the park. We both had our children out in Snowmass. He's going to be doing stock in a box. Way to go, Chef.
Nice.
So that's going to be cool. We look for that product.
It's a big time saver.
You can try this at home. Don't worry. All you got to do is put your food at the back and give it a little flip. Pull it back. Pull it back. Give it some love. Give it some love. This is Chef. This is a little bit of goat cheese from Haystack. It's a Colorado farm. They'll be at the farmer's market. I'll be doing some demo. What's that?
Does that start Saturday?
I think it may be starting this weekend. Man.
Farmers market starts Saturday.
We'll be getting some beautiful product. We'll be doing some great stuff down there. So I'm gonna plate this up. We're gonna go nuts. How are we on time, my friends? Pull out our pork. You know what I could do? We let it rest for a little bit. We're kind of running a little as we usually are. Give it some slice.
Oh, that looks great though. Perfect.
Let's eat pork. So I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank Craig Morris. I'd like to thank Val's Gourmet, GrassRoots Television. Look for our fund drive. I'd like to thank my guests.
Thank you, Randy.
I'd like to thank the community of Aspen. I'd like to thank Prince and his record company. And here we go. We have pork and Prince. This is a dish rubbed with macadamia nut oil, chocolate hazelnut. It's a pasta consisting of oven-dried tomatoes. Oh, I wanted to throw a little bit of this wilted watercress. Artichokes, goat cheese, portobello mushrooms,
Corn.
and some corn. We're gonna do corn and corn one of these days, boys. That's gonna be the heavy rockin' show.
We can get some long hairs on the show for that.